Welcome to the Confident and Courageous Clarity Podcast with me, Jateya Jones. Join us weekly for everything clarity. The truth is, once you have clarity, you'll have the confidence and courage to succeed in life and business. If you're new to the podcast, you should know my goal is to help you gain the clarity needed to transform your visions, goals, or dreams into reality. For my OG listeners, you all know that the podcast was birthed from the evolution of Mocha Monday's Tip of the Week. So when we moved to the podcast, I couldn't just leave you without your mocha. Therefore, at the beginning of each episode, I give you your drop of mocha, and you are to implement it throughout the week to help inch you closer and closer to clarity. This week's drop of mocha is: stop waiting on permission. Many of us wait for someone else to give us permission to bring our essence, our vibe, our superpower, our purpose to the table. Stop waiting for permission. Apologize if you have to, but show up and show out. If you are doing a job and they literally just want you to be a copy of them, it will never fulfill your purpose. Most purpose-driven entrepreneurs are looking for employees that are gonna make them better. And the only way you can do that is to bring your sauce, your pizzazz, your superpower to the table. Yes, you want to do it in excellence. Yes, you want to do it in the vein of their brand, right? You want it to still come across in the image in which they saw the vision, but you are there to make them better. Stop waiting on them to tell you what to do, how to do it, when to do it, where to do it, and just show up. Bring ideas to the table. Bring suggestions to the table. Stop waiting on permission and bring your superpower to the forefront. Now to this week's episode. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Confident and Courageous Clarity Podcast with me, Jateya Jones. So you guys know normally when it's a week with me by myself, no guests, I kind of try to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. Sometimes I snatch edges, but that's just because I love you so, and I want you to make your dreams come true. And I understand what it's like to have such massive, huge, world-changing ideas to the point where you're afraid to even begin to execute or even allow yourself to think that it's possible and that it's for you. Well, here to tell you, it's not a pipe dream, it's your assignment, and it's time to get to it. I'm also here to share some things that I've had revelation on lately. So, originally, when I was like, okay, I'm going to be committed and disciplined to make my dreams come true. I'm going to focus on multi-passionates, and I'm going to help revolutionize the way we approach entrepreneurship. We have all those people out there saying, yeah, it's okay to be multi-passionate, duh. But nobody's giving us the structure or the lessons learned on how to really master entrepreneurship as a multi-passionate. And I was like, this is what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing. But that came with a lot of fear. That came with a lot of doubt. And initially I thought that it was the vision because it's so massive, y'all. Like if you could, if you knew the half of what this vision and dream entailed and how literally world changing I know deep down inside this is about to be, you would understand why I really thought that it was the vision and the dream that scared the holy bejesus out of me. But after brain dumping and journaling, which you guys know I am a big advocate for, and reading my old journal entries, I realized that it's not the vision. It's not my dreams that scare me. It's me. Yeah, it's me. I was listening to Timil Jones, if you I'll tag her in the show notes, but she's a medium and she does her readings for each month for each astrological sign, right? So it's kind of like a horoscope, kind of, right? And I was listening to her at one point in time, and she talked about how During that month, we were going to be mesmerized by the possibilities of ourselves. And basically, in so many words, my translation, scared out of our mind because of the possibilities of self. And I had to sit with that for a minute because I was like, holy crap, she's right. I literally have the ability to change the world. I literally have the ability to help hundreds of multi passionate entrepreneurs, if not millions. I truly have the ability to help them do things in a structural way that makes entrepreneurship less stressful and requires less like, and I was like, whoa. The reality of it all is that no, I'm not afraid of the vision and my dreams. Because, yes, they're massive, but I feel it deep down in my gut, in my soul, which is why it nags us so much that we can't ignore it after so long, right? This idea, this vision, this dream that we have, it's there and it just continues to nag you. Because we actually know deep down inside that we can do this. Now, do we all have self-doubt? Do we all have issues back and forth on any given Sunday of our value and how much we should charge and how are we going to go about this? And if I ask for help, I'm going to look weak, or all of those whispers of doubt, they happen on every level. No matter which level you're at, they're going to resurface. And it's not that they don't happen. You just get better at flipping the switch on and off before you talk yourself out of it. So you can be like, that's a lie. That's a lie. I can do this. I can do this. Somebody's going to buy this. I know they need it because I needed it, right? You just get better at turning that light switch on and off. So you got to practice that. We all know the clarity's in the doing, right? The more you do, the better at it you get. But if you continuously let those negative thoughts take you over, the better you'll get at being defeated and not doing and pursuing your dreams and visions, right? But yeah, through that, I realized that I was more so afraid of failing myself and others, and more so failing others than myself, because I could fail myself and nobody knew. And I did it for so long, as i.e., standing in my own way, self sabotage for so long, even unconsciously for a lot of years. I didn't even realize that I was doing it, right? Thank God for therapy, right? Because once you're aware, then you can navigate the water so much easier. And so when I became more aware that I was more so afraid of failing others and myself that I wouldn't even try, I was like, time out for that. Because I don't know who this girl is. Because back in the day, she would do X, Y, and Z. She wasn't afraid. She would just jump. She would just do. But life beats us up and it trains us, right? And so life beat me up enough to know that I would just do and then I would burn out. And I kept repeating the same cycle because there were no solid foundations laid. And so I began to think that it was me when it was my process and my procedures. And I was doing things the wrong way every time. Now, granted, did I make some headway? Yes. Did I make things pop? Yes. And it just baffles me that now with this awareness, if I made things pop with no actual knowledge of the proper way or the most effective and efficient way of doing business, now that I know better and have gained some knowledge in some areas, that vision and dream doesn't seem so unrealistic. It doesn't seem so unrealistic. And now I'm more comfortable with betting on myself and not feeling like I'm going to fail myself because I can do this. And it all started with one step of like, okay, I'm gonna try this. And then I was like, good job, Tia. Celebrating my wins, right? We're always looking at how far we have left to go, and we don't look at how far we've actually made it. So when I journal or brain dump, I'll do hashtag win in my actual journal. So when I flip through, it's easy for me to identify and I can go back and read it and boost myself up on those days that I may need it, right? But that was the actual thing. I wasn't truly afraid of the vision or the dream. I was afraid of the discipline that it was going to take me, the behaviors and habits that I had to change and or actually create in order to be the person that I needed to be to make that happen over there. And I was listening to an episode with Dr. PBJ. Go check it out. I'll tag it in the show notes. But I was actually listening back to that episode, and I'm talking in the episode about quitting my job or a time when I was still working the 9 to 5. And it hit me, and I had to realize, oh crap, like you actually did the thing. Like you quit your job. You're no longer talking about when you do. You actually like, do you realize it? And it took a minute, and I had to sit there and be like, yo, in this episode, I'm talking about my job in a past tense when there were so many times that I was talking about quitting my job in the present tense. And in that episode, I was talking about it in past tense. And because I see the vision and the dream, and I'm focused on going over there, and I'm doing all the things to go over there, I had not taken the time to really be like, yo, you actually did the thing that you used to talk about. You're currently living a dream. And so many of us begin to actually live and walk in the dream, but we're still focused on the bigger picture that we don't realize that what we're actually doing right now, we used to talk about wanting to do it. Whether that's being able to buy a house, or whether that's being able to get a job with a larger salary, or whether that's starting our dream business, whether that's freedom from the 9 to 5. And please believe, y'all, I say you can do all the things. So for those of you out here with the businesses and the 9 to 5, no shame will ever come from me. I'm just here because I want you to make your dreams come true. I'm here to help you facilitate change in the world. And so I'm also here today to tell you that it 9 times out of 10 is not the dream or vision that you're truly afraid of. It's not too big for you. You really don't feel that deep down inside. It's the you that you're afraid of. You're afraid of the possibility that you actually will make that happen. That you may not be able to take some people along the journey with you to make that happen. That you might have to actually let go of your comfortable zone and complacency to make that happen. That you may have to be disciplined to get up super early to make that happen. You're afraid of the uncomfortable unknown that you're just expecting to be uncomfortable. Now, granted, that thought didn't come from somewhere. Life has taught us that change is uncomfortable. But change can be such an amazing thing. It can truly catapult you into your next, into your heart's desires. But it's going to take discipline and commitment to yourself. It's going to take the fact that you actually truly accept that it's not a pipe dream. It's your assignment. But you may have to add some new habits, subtract some others in order for you to be the person you need to be to make your dreams come true. So in the words of Patrice Washington, are you committed or are you just interested? Is it just a wish? Oh, it'll be nice if? Or is this dream and vision been nagging you for so long? But every time you think about taking a step forward to making it happen, all the negative thoughts pop up and you allow yourself to be defeated before you even try. I want you guys to really ponder this, take some thought in this, because you were made for purpose on purpose, which is something else Patrice says all the time. And it's so true. You were made for a purpose on purpose by God. I don't care what you call him. I don't care what your religion is. A higher power made you for purpose on purpose. Even if your parents didn't plan you, it was more so because God made you on purpose for purpose. They were just the vessels, okay? So let go of that. Let go of that limiting belief that because you weren't planned, that you're not meant to do great things. That's even more so reason for you to do great things. I feel that those of us that are out here doing purpose-driven work, entrepreneurship, small businesses, with a true mission and vision and purpose behind it to change lives and affect the world in a positive way, we're showing up to be an example of God's goodness and gratefulness and powerfulness. There's no testimony without the test. And so no matter what you think are the reasons why you shouldn't, you can't, you couldn't, I'm here to tell you, you were made on purpose for purpose. And it's not the vision or mission or dream that's too big and scares the holy bejesus out of you. It's the you doubt that you can make that happen, that you won't fail you, that you won't fail others. But you'll never know until you try. So that's it for this week, you guys. That was my realization. And once I was aware and I could accept that it wasn't a pipe dream, it's my assignment, especially for my multi-passionates, you might have to build it. You are the blueprint because it doesn't exist. Stop waiting for somebody else to create it. Do it. The clarity is in the doing. The more you do, the clearer you get. Bet on yourself. Become disciplined and committed to yourself and to your dreams. And watch yourself inch closer and closer to making them into a reality. And I want you to actually bask in the present, now and then. What are you doing right now? What are you experiencing right now? What do you have right now that was something that you prayed for, dreamed about, thought about years ago? And if you journal, which I hope you do, go back and read some of your old journals. There's things in there that I completely forgot about. I was like, holy I did write that. I forgot about that. Because we're so focused on over there that we forget. And I want you to celebrate. Celebrate the present, now and then. But for then to happen, you got to get committed to yourself and to others. And get to get. So that's it for this week. I hope you guys have a marvelous and wonderful week. Take some time to ponder over this. Really ask yourself the hard questions so you can be crystal clear on what really is a hard thing, or you're just comfortable and you don't want to make yourself uncomfortable temporarily. I'm just asking the questions. I'm here to share my experiences with you so you can do better if that is your experience as well. So anywho, you guys have a wonderful, 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 wonderful week, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Confident and Courageous Clarity Podcast. I hope you'll come back next week and join us for some more. And with that, have a marvelous, marvelous, marvelous Monday, and I'll see you back here, same time, same place next week.